Angela Rayner has just made a bold decision that could quickly backfire, setting off a wave of criticism from all directions. In an attempt to push forward a major policy change, the Deputy Prime Minister has taken a step that could have enormous consequences for Labour and the country as a whole. However, instead of solidifying her position, this move is already being seen as a desperate gamble. Tensions are rising both inside and outside her party as concerns mount over who will bear the brunt of this decision and who stands to lose the most. Critics warn that this could be a catastrophic miscalculation, with backlash brewing from an unexpected group that Labour cannot afford to alienate. So, what exactly has Rayner done, and why is it sparking such intense controversy? The answer lies in Labour's aggressive push for a rural land acquisition policy that has reignited fears among farmers and landowners. The newly introduced Planning and Infrastructure Bill grants local councils the authority to forcibly purchase farmland at its existing agricultural value rather than at its full potential market rate. Rayner argues that this will remove barriers to development and speed up the construction of essential infrastructure like homes, schools, and hospitals. She claims the bill will streamline the planning process and help turn Britain into a clean energy superpower. But for those affected, this policy represents an existential threat, forcing generational landowners to sell at undervalued prices while facing growing economic uncertainty. Farmers and rural communities have raised the alarm, seeing this as an unfair attack on landowners at a time when they're already grappling with financial pressures and awaiting key changes to inheritance tax laws in 2026. Gavin Lane, Deputy Vice President of the Country Land and Business Association, has acknowledged the need for more affordable housing but strongly criticised the bill's approach, arguing that forcing landowners to sell below value is not the solution. Tim Bonner, Chief Executive of the Countryside Alliance, echoed these concerns, warning that councils will gain excessive power to undervalue land, putting additional strain on farmers already dealing with economic challenges. According to him, the issue isn't about blocking development but ensuring fair compensation for landowners. This legislation marks a significant shift in land acquisition policy. While Labour defends it as a necessary step to address housing shortages, critics argue it unfairly burdens farmers and landowners. If compulsory land purchases continue at artificially low prices, those who have held onto their properties for generations may be left with no choice but to sell at rates that fail to reflect their land's true potential. The bigger question now is whether local authorities should have the power to seize land at its current value or whether landowners deserve fair market compensation based on future worth. One thing is clear, this battle over Britain's countryside is far from over. Meanwhile, another controversy is brewing over the government's handling of crime statistics. Critics are accusing officials of concealing the true scale of crime in the UK, particularly offences involving foreign nationals. A new report has revealed that migrants are responsible for up to a quarter of sexual offences in the country, despite accounting for just over 9% of the population. Data from the Centre for Migration Control highlights that specific nationalities, including Afghans and Eritreans, are disproportionately represented in sex crime convictions, sparking concerns over the country's border policies. In the political arena, Labour leader Keir Starmer is facing internal pushback over proposed welfare cuts. Addressing Labour MPs in the House of Commons, Starmer emphasised the need for bold and decisive action to dismantle barriers holding back working people. However, growing dissent within the party suggests that not all Labour MPs are on board with potential reductions to welfare spending. With the government under increasing pressure to balance its budget while funding a drastic increase in defence spending, tensions are rising over the future of Britain's social safety net. As the debate over land ownership, crime statistics, and welfare policies intensifies, one thing is certain: these issues will shape the political landscape in the coming months. What are your thoughts on today's topics? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on British politics. Angela Rayner has just made a move that many are calling a catastrophic mistake, and the backlash is growing by the hour. On Tuesday, in what appears to be a moment of political desperation, the Deputy Prime Minister pushed forward a controversial policy that has sparked outrage both inside and outside her party. Instead of solidifying her position, this latest decision is being seen as a reckless gamble, one that could come back to haunt her and the Labour Party in ways she never expected. The policy at the centre of this storm involves Labour's aggressive push for rural land acquisitions. Under new proposals, local councils would gain expanded powers to forcibly purchase farmland at its existing agricultural value, not at its full market potential. Rayner insists this is necessary to accelerate infrastructure projects and housing development, but farmers and landowners see it as an attack on their livelihoods. Critics warn this move will have devastating consequences, forcing generational landowners to sell at significantly undervalued rates. The backlash has been immediate. Farming groups and rural communities are furious, arguing that Labour is targeting landowners at a time when they are already struggling with economic pressures. Even within her own party, there is growing dissent. Many believe this move could alienate a key voter base that Labour cannot afford to lose. As tensions rise, one thing is clear: Angela Rayner's decision is already backfiring. With critics lining up to challenge her, and growing resistance from rural communities, Labour could be facing a major political disaster. Will she double down or backtrack under pressure? The coming days will reveal just how much damage this decision has done. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.